Good afternoon, everybody. It's Carrie from KDS Insurance Services. How are you today? Hope you're having a really good day today. It is one of those crazy days for me again, like always. And I wanted to come in and talk to you today a little bit about some health insurance. I'm working on some health insurance, major medical insurance for some clients of mine. And in doing so, I've noticed some things going on out in the marketplace, and I just kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about it so you could be informed. So, standard policy in insurance is when you can buy it on a group basis, it's always going to be less expensive. That's pretty standard across the board for most P&C type policies. Life and health is not a P&C policy, it's a life and health policy. And so a major medical falls into that category as a life and health policy. And even having said that, it is still always best to try to buy it on a group basis. So this particular client of mine has been insured by his company, and he recently retired from his company. And so he was given the opportunity to take COBRA. And if you don't know what that is, COBRA gives you the ability to take the policy that you had through your work and extend it out. And in this particular case, he's had quite a while that he's been able to do that as part of his retirement package. And so he's just now getting around to where that's going to expire, and he needs to have his own major medical health insurance program. So we quoted it, and guys, it's astronomical. It doesn't matter where you go. I mean, really, the only way that you're going to get it under $1,000 for a family, really two people almost now, is if you are on a company group, a big company where one of you in the household is employed by that company. Luckily, in my situation, we have that availability, and so we have that lower pricing, and we also have insurability in that we're on a group. And so that's really important. If you have any underlying medical conditions and you're thinking about making a change in either your retirement or your work, it's really important to make sure that you are checking into that, because you want to make sure when you leave that, one, you get the extension from COBRA, and then two, potentially you want to make sure that the new company is not going to put any restrictions on you or pre-existing conditions. If you are insured by a major medical, that is not supposed to happen. So food for thought, if you're considering making that kind of change, you really need to check into the specifics of the new program and find out specifically what is, if there's any requirements, any stipulations, and any exclusions. So I wanted to just kind of talk to you a little bit about how the major medical works. Okay, so you have up to a certain amount of coverage, and that generally, depending on the carrier, can be as high as $5 million, depending on the carrier. A lifetime we're talking about. And in today's market, with the cost of medical today, you can reach that really quickly. You don't think you would, but let me tell you, you can reach it really, really quickly, especially if you have a major catastrophe or a major injury or a disease that needs a lot of medical treatment. So that's also another consideration, is what is the max that you can buy in the policy that you're looking to potentially purchase. So you know that you have a premium, and let's just say for goodness sakes that, as an example, you pay $1,000 a month for your premium, and that's $12,000 a year right off the top. Now, the way our tax system is set up right now, you can deduct a portion of your expenses, and it's based on a lot of different factors. So you need to get with your CPA, and you need to be making sure that you're deducting those premiums and then any other expenses that we're just going to talk about on your tax return, so you can get credits for that. So you pay $12,000 a year, and then most major medicals have what they call a deductible, which means that you have to meet that amount of money before your insurance company will pay 1 penny. And these days, those are pretty high numbers. They're what I'm seeing right now is over $5,000. I'm seeing $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 deductibles, just so you can control the premiums. And that is just your first out-of-pocket pay. So you have a deductible, so you're paying $12,000 a year, and then you have a deductible, and let's just say it's $8,000 a year. So now you know that you're already $20,000 into major medical. That's scary. $20,000 including your premium, but that's not all you're going to be out. Then you're going to have what's called out-of-pocket expenses, where depending on what type of plan you have, if there's a co-insurance plan, meaning that you take a portion of all expenses upon yourself. So when you see something that says 90-10 or 80-20, that means that you are accepting 20% of all costs on you. You are self-insuring that $20,000. So let's say you have a $100,000 loss. You right off the top are going to assume 20% of that, which is $20,000. Plus so $20,000 of your out-of-pocket expenses, $12,000 for your monthly premium. That's just to get a monthly premium of $1,000 a month. Plus you have another $8,000 in deductible. You're talking $40,000. Tell me something is wrong with our Medicare, our major medical system. It's just scary, the amount of money that you have to assume just to have the privilege of going to the doctor and getting a $40 copay that you pay in addition to everything else when you get to the doctor. It's so frustrating. I just cannot get my head around how our government and the leaders in our country can't come up with a better solution. Now, we do have the best solution in the world, guys, because I'm going to tell you something. Coming from a country, which is my native country of Australia, we have socialized medicine. And trust me, you do not want that. You do not want somebody, it's getting there now pretty close, but you don't want somebody in a desk sitting in Washington to decide whether or not you have to have an appendectomy, or whether or not you need to have knee surgery, or whether or not you need to be in the hospital 5 days for a C-section instead of 2 days for a C-section. That's socialized medicine, and they have the right to do it because it's socialized medicine. We do not want that. As bad as our healthcare system and as high as our premiums are, we do not want socialized medicine. So we got to come up with some sort of other solution. So there are some people that have pooled together. It's a religious organization, and they pool all their money together. They pay $500 some a month, and they pool it all together. And it's basically a similar type cash program where if you go to the doctor, you pay X amount, but you still pay the premium on top of it. And that's becoming really popular. There's a lot of groups that are trying to do that, because who can afford a $40,000 hit a year? You still have car notes, house notes. You still got to eat. Your kids have got to go to school. You got to have life insurance, car insurance, home insurance. Anyways, major medical is a really tough nut to find right now. And I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news. But if you're contemplating making a decision, a life change decision, and that life change decision means that you're going to lose those benefits, trust me, you need to really evaluate the difference in cost of continuing to work and having a major group program versus trying to get it out on your own, guys, because it's just over the top. And then if you do have a problem, if you do have a medical condition and you become uninsurable, then you're kind of held hostage to the fact that you probably can't get insurance anywhere else, and you probably have to continue to stay working where you are because you're on a group plan. So it's just this round and round and round circle. It's like being on a treadmill, like a hamster. You go round and round and round and round and round, and there's really no valid, good solution. And I think it's disgraceful that we live in the greatest country, most powerful country in the world, and we cannot get our healthcare system under control. Obamacare was not the answer either. So if you're thinking Obamacare as a solution, it's not. Trust me, it's not. So yeah, I just wanted to give you that food for thought today, guys, and really think about the expenses and weigh the ups and the downs and the pros and the cons as to whether or not you really want to leave that major medical plan that you have through your employer or through your spouse or wherever you're getting it from, because the difference could be a financial disaster if you really haven't looked into what your expenses are going to be outside that major group, what your deductibles are going to be, what your premiums are going to be, what your maximum out-of-pocket's going to be. It's really scary out there, and it's a really big decision, and I would encourage you to get with a human resources person and find out those specifics so you can make a decision whether or not you should stay or whether or not you should go and then get your own private major medical policy. So, by the way, thanks for stopping by my channel today. I do so very much appreciate you taking your time to watch my videos. Please stop by, give me a thumbs up. If there's a subject that I haven't covered that you'd like me to cover, by all means, let me know. You can reach me at my agency at 817-374-4477 or 832-391-8271. You can reach me all over social media. I'm out there everywhere. You can also reach me via this YouTube channel, and I do very, very much appreciate you stopping by today and watching my videos. So ring that bell, ding, 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 so you know the next time I am posting a video. That's it for this week for KDS Insurance Services. This is actually my fourth video this week, and I have a lot going on tomorrow, so I wanted to get this posted for you before the weekend. Make it a fantastic weekend. Stay safe. Go shopping in numbers. Remember, pay attention to your fire hazards in your home. And guys, I'll catch up with you next week. Have a fabulous, safe, productive, wonderful weekend. God bless, and I will see you next week.